Welcome. I am Christopher John Bjerknes. It is June 6th, 2022. So, what do Spock from Star Trek, the Ukrainian coat of arms, and the Statue of Liberty all have in common? Let's start off with Spock. Spock was played by a Jewish actor named Leonard Nimoy, and he learned this gesture from his rabbi. This gesture represents the letter Shin, and it is composed of 3 flames, like the flames on the menorah. It is the first letter in the name Shekinah, or Shekinah. Shekinah is the Queen of Heaven. She appears in the Bible as the Holy Spirit or the Holy Ghost. She's a very significant figure in Judaism. She's the female aspect of the Godhead. When the first temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, the Godhead split in two, into its male aspect Yahweh and its female aspect Shekinah, or Shekinah. Shekinah guards Jewish people in the diaspora, the exile that took place when Jerusalem was destroyed in 70 AD. And to commemorate that and to remind Jewish people that Shekinah is their mother who guards them in the diaspora and travels with them, Jewish people put something called a mezuzah on their doorposts so that when they leave their house and when they return home, they are reminded that Shekinah, is their guardian and always accompanies them wherever they go. Their hope has always been to return to Jerusalem and reconstruct the temple that will reconstruct the bedchamber in which Shekinah and Yahweh sleep. They will then reunite as an androgynous Godhead, and it will be on earth as it is in heaven. The throne of the Godhead will be raised to the heavenly throne of Yahweh, and order and balance will be restored to the world. The Ukrainian coat of arms is very significant because it has a trident on it, which is the trident of Volodymyr the Great. Perhaps the current president of Ukraine, when he looks at this trident, sees also in it the letter Shin, for Shekinah, the guardian of the Jewish people and the Queen of Heaven, who is the bride of Yahweh. This is significant to a certain type of Jews known as the Ashkenazi Jews. The Jewish scholars Judah HaLevi and Abraham ibn Daud said that the Ashkenazi Jews derive from a group in southern Ukraine known as the Khazars. And many Jews believe that they are descendants of these Khazars. The Ashkenazi Jews believe they're descendants of the Khazars. And there's even a revanchist movement among a few Ashkenazi Jews to reclaim southern Ukraine or all of Ukraine as Khazaria and the heavenly Jerusalem. Again, the quest is to reunite heaven and earth by reuniting the male aspect of God, Yahweh, with the female aspect of God, Shekinah. Again, you can see how that's generally spelled. The Statue of Liberty was constructed as a giant mezuzah to welcome in Jews fleeing persecution in the Russian Empire in the 1880s. A Sephardic Jewish woman named Emma Lazarus composed a poem which has many notes reflecting the fact that the Statue of Liberty is in fact a giant idol to the goddess Shekinah. And one of the tells is the torch, which she holds up as a flame. Again, Shin is composed of 3 flames. The Hebrew letter Shin is said to be made up of 3 vavs. Vavs are pictograms for serpents, and in Hebrew, letters also have a numerical value, and the numerical value of vav is 6. So the 3 serpents, the 3 flames composing the letter Shin represent 666. Shin also appears in the pentagrammaton of the evil serpent, which is spelled Yod-He Shin Vav-He. The tetragrammaton, the name of Yahweh, is spelled Yod-He Vav-He. So when Yod-He Vav-He is combined with Shin for Shekinah, it becomes androgynous. So we have both Adam and Eve. And then in the evil serpent, which is spelled Lameth Vav Yod Tav final Nun, we have the Leviathan. So there are 5 letters in the pentagrammaton as opposed to the 4 letters of the tetragrammaton. Yod-He Vav-He becomes Yod-He Shin for Shekinah Vav-He and becomes androgynous. And when the pentagram is inverted, it becomes the Leviathan or the evil serpent. So in both aspects, the aspect of Jesus Christ, Messiah, son of Joseph, as the pentagrammaton, and as the Leviathan, it is a 5-lettered pentagram representing the evil serpent. And again, Shin is composed of 3 serpents: the evil serpent, Messiah, son of Joseph; the good serpent, Messiah, son of David; and the unified serpent, who will be Messiah, son of David, after the evil serpent, Messiah, son of Joseph, Jesus, returns and gives up his soul in the final battle, which will then enter the body, the vessel of the good serpent, Messiah, son of David, to form the unified serpent, body and soul. And that is also what the letter Shin and Shekinah represent. Shin is also the first letter in Shaddai, which is one of the many names of the Lord. Shin itself is the number 300 in Hebrew. The 3 vavs are composed of also 3 yods, which are also pictograms of the serpent, the greater serpent, and the lesser serpent being Yod and Vav. There is a 4th Yod, which forms the base of the 3 united serpents. That means that there are 4 Yods. The numerical value of Yod is 10. So we have 40 plus 318 for the 300 of Shin and the 3 sixes of the 3 Vavs, which equals 358 in the Gematria of Hebrew. 358 is a very significant number because it is also the number for the word serpent, which in Hebrew is Nachash, and it is composed of Nun, which is 50, Chet, which is 8, and Shin, which is 300, all of which add up to 358, so that we see that these things are united. The Hebrew word for Messiah is Mashiach, which is composed of Mem, 40, Shin, 300, Yod, 10, and Chet, 8, which also adds up to that mystical and magical number 358. So Shekinah and the 3 serpents and the good Messiah and the evil Messiah and the united Messiah who has the soul of the evil Messiah in the vessel of the body of the good Messiah are all represented by the number 358. In the tefillin, there are 2 forms of the letter Shin which appear. There is the regular letter Shin, which is the 3 fathers of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the patriarchs of Israel. And then there is a special 4-headed Shin, which represents the 4 mothers, the matriarchs of Israel, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And when you combine these, you get the 7 flames, the 7 lights of the completed menorah, which represent the 7 planets and the 7 heavens, the moon, the sun, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, which is the seat of Yahweh's throne. Shin, again, is the fire letter. Each of the points, the yods at the head of the vavs, represents a flame. Fire in Hebrew is spelled Aleph Shin. Aleph represents air, as in the Hebrew word avir. And air represents breath. Fire cannot exist without air, and life cannot exist without breath. Again, the letter Aleph is very significant because fire is the word avir, composed of Aleph, Vav, Vav, Yod, Resh. The letter Aleph contains in it all of these same elements of as above and so below. It is composed of a slanted Vav, which is the unified serpent with the soul of the evil serpent contained in the vessel of the body of the holy serpent. It is the first letter in the name of the Lord Adonai, and is the first letter of the majority of the names of the Lord. The upper Yod is the holy serpent and is Adonai. The lower serpent represents Adam, which is the Hebrew word for man, which is the evil serpent. And again, the slanted Vav is the unified serpent. And in Hebrew, all of these are pictograms for the form of a serpent. The Star of David contains the same elements. When the 2 triangles are combined, they reunite the androgyne in the temple, which is the middle point of the Star of David. The upper triangle represents an aroused phallus. It is male and it signifies Yahweh and as above, meaning as it is in heaven. The lower triangle is in the shape of a woman's womb. It is female. It represents Shekinah and the earth, and so below, meaning as it is on earth. So together they represent, let it be in heaven as it is on earth. The reuniting of the male and female elements, good and evil, in balance in the form of an androgyne, which takes place in the temple. There is a heavenly temple in the heavenly Jerusalem, and there is an earthly temple in the earthly Jerusalem. Again, Aleph represents air, as in Avir, and Avir represents the twin serpents and the unified serpents, as in the Vav Yod, which appear in the word Avir. The other side, the sitra akhra, as opposed to the sitra yamina, meaning those who are not Israelites, meaning the nations, is represented by two pentagrams. Note that the two pentagrams invert things, and Adam becomes uppermost, as above, man above, and the pentagram of Satan, who is composed of the male aspect Samael and the female aspect Lilith, is below. And the triangle formed there out of the goat's head is pointing downwards. The triangle formed out of the androgyne Adam, who represents Jesus Christ, Yod He Shin Vav He, is pointing upwards, because everything on the sitra akhra, the other side, is inverted from the right-hand side, the sitra yamina of Israel. Just as Shekinah represents a giant mezuzah with a shin, Shekinah in her black dress, welcoming the tired and weary Jews of the Russian Empire to New York, where they will enjoy a better life and prepare for their return to the Jerusalem below in Israel. There is also the heavenly Jerusalem of the Ukraine, of the Khazarian Empire. And the trident on the coat of arms and on some of their flags to the Ashkenazi Jews who want to reconstruct a heavenly Jerusalem in Khazaria represents the letter Shin. It is not the three sharpened points of a trident, but instead the three flames of the letter Shin. When the three flames of the letter Shin are represented with the special four-pointed Shin in the tefillin, which is born on the forehead of Orthodox Jews, together they form the seven flames or the seven lights of the menorah, representing the seventh day, the Sabbath day of Israel, when Israel can rest in the Messianic era of the seventh millennium. All of these are represented by the completion of the menorah, which is represented by the rabbinical gesture of putting together both hands in the form of the two shins. I am the author of several books on Christianity, Kabbalah, and the seventh day of the Messianic era in the world to come. You can find my books at my website, cjbbooks.com. That's all one word, cjbbooks.com. I will put a link to my website in the description below. If you appreciated this video, please contribute. There will also be a donation link in the description below, which will take you to the PayPal website where you can donate to me. To those who have already donated, thank you very much. I'm tremendously grateful. Please also subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Check out my channel. I have a very unique perspective, and I say with the greatest sincerity, I think it is very insightful, things you won't find anywhere else. So please check out my channel and watch some of my other videos. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.